Good evening, everyone. This is Bremster, and tonight I'm going to do a little bit more exploration of blueprints and see if I can learn something new. Apparently, Felinae has been having a lot of success with this one and has discovered a lot of stuff that I haven't, even though she hasn't yet discovered room 46. So we will see how I go. Yeah, this could be fun. So let's continue our game with day 23. So day 23 is the start of the stream. Haven't played in a while, so it's quite possible that this is just going to be the... Oh, that's right. I'm starting with a whole bunch of extra stuff because I ended the previous day with a freezer. But let's go to the outside room. Shrine School adds 8 classrooms to today's draft pool. I haven't seen that before, so let's try that. Ooh. Ooh. That's 4 blue flames. What is that? Closing address. For the last 38 years, it has been my pleasure of serving as your schoolmaster in this humble little facility. And meagre as it may look by modern standards, I think most of us who spent our afternoons here will readily admit that we are reluctant to see this small piece of Reddington history go. I first wish to thank Lady Epson, our most gracious host today, for not only paying attention in my classes those many years ago, but for all the fundraising she has done on behalf of our community and our children. Oops. Without her, Reddington Elementary would still be a distant and blurry vision, a vision that I dared not even dream. That dreamer is, of course, the incomparable Mrs. Peterson, our future principal and my reluctant successor, who, I might add, forced me to give this speech, so I think I'll end my praise of her there, though she deserves much more, I'll admit. To the architect of our new school, the Baron Sinclair, thank you for following in your father's footsteps in building Reddington yet another school, and for also allowing the use of your own private residence and floor plans to serve as our interim facility until the new campus is completed in March. A decision I'm certain he will immediately regret tomorrow morning when he hears the children running through his halls. Hey, Keith. And lastly, I wish to thank all my students, many of you here today whom I have not seen in years, whose faces I still remember as young and mine as wild. Those here whose parents before them I have also taught and whose children I may yet. Without you, I would have had a lifetime of quiet peace. And yet, what is all the peace in the world if you have no one to bestow demerits upon? Thank you all sincerely. My time here has meant the world to me, and if I am standing here, if I am still standing in 8 months, I will see you all at the slightly less melancholic ribbon cutting ceremony next year. Better joke to end. Remember to give Mrs. Peterson her gift. Okay. There's a drawer on this side, but I doubt it will open. And those books can't be interacted with. So I just added 8 classrooms is all. But What matters... Hey, Keith. Let me just bring chat to the foreground. What matters is whatever the heck happened over here. What is this? The room downstairs is filled with water. You drown. If I go that way, I assume I die. Scripts Rodfin Mining Company Excavation Department, Foreman's Log 3, date 7th of the 2nd, 1915. As our client Thomas Sinclair suspected, the arches that were visible from the south cliff were part of a much longer arcade carved into the rock face. Last week, when our crew first arrived, only 2 supporting pillars were visible, but after only a few days of clearing vines, moss and dirt, we have uncovered a dozen more. Our exploration, so far, has been limited and entirely superficial, as every shaft we have surveyed has ended abruptly, and every promising path leading deeper into the mountain has been blocked by tunnels packed tight with soil, rock and debris. This site is either much older than we first assumed, or someone deliberately had these chambers buried. This isn't daunting at all. What the heck? And it dead ends at a book. Foreman's copy. Do not remove from sight. Realman sigils of past and present. This is one of the books I could buy. Historically speaking, sigils are not a new tradition. They have been found in every era and every culture and predate both written text and heraldic arts. However, today when we use the term sigil, we are referring specifically to realm sigils, whose crude circular marks of designation found on royal artifacts, buildings and older documents. This book is written to make simple the understanding of these fascinating glyphs and clearly display the correlation between each sigil and the iconography of that realm's royal art. How the image of leafless burning tree is seen in geometric lines, and what does that tell us of a kingdom's history? Each line, each circle, and each variation tells a story of the land, and even the adorned borders around the sigils have special meaning. The sigil. To understand a realm sigil, we must first dismantle the symbol and identify the individual elements that make up the whole. Each sigil is comprised of 4 things: the core, the dividing lines, rays, the moats, and the border. The core. At the center of each sigil is a unique shape, different for each realm. If the core gives us the name of the rest of the sigil, it tells us the story behind that name. Still, it is important to be able to identify and distinguish the core as a first step in deciphering any sigil, as all other parts are meaningless if we don't first know the place we are describing. Something from the core will come it was the dividing lines. They differ in number and style. They reveal several things. Counting, something, transportation, something, ships. The rays. Wavy lines are used to indicate extreme heat. A rainy realm is indicated with rays of 3 vertical lines pouring down. For more extreme stormy weather, a jagged lightning shape ray is used. Ray dotted with falling circles is used for colder realms in which snow is a common occurrence. Windy weather is displayed on sigils using a bent curves. Moats. On each sigil floating between the rays are small figures called moats. From the shape and style of the moats used on a sigil, we can tell the type of society given the realm proclaimed. They consider themselves mighty in arms or blessed by artistic or economic fortune. Tribal, agricultural, martial, metropolitan, academic, industrial, spiritual or poetic. Round each sigil is an adorned edge, serving a container of information within. There are 8 different borders, each one corresponding to a different colour. The borders always correspond to the banner of the national colours of the realm. So the one that we saw on the first one was red. So it was a martial red something. I couldn't see what it was. But that was martial red. I'm not sure what the rays were defining. And the core was, of course, the one that we're in. Putting it all together. Banners martial fog. Okay. And this is a dead end here? There's something here. It's a door, but we can't come in this way. Ah. Right. Right. King, Queen, Rook, Bishop, Knight, Pawn. So I need to put rooms on. I'm assuming what I need to do is I need to put rooms on that match those pieces and then come down here and put those onto the board. In those positions, and that'll possibly open the door. What color pieces were they? I don't know. So there's a white pawn in the den. So for day 23, I could put a white pawn in 1-4. Classroom. While drafting in a classroom, you may draw new floor plans one time for each classroom in your house. Fill in each object with its correct color. So the flag So is this supposed to be a puzzle I can do? Nine of those are correct. Ten of those are correct. Ten of those are correct. So each color is only used twice, and 10 of those are correct. So if we go classroom, then it would look like 10 of those are correct. So everything that isn't a double color has to be correct. So pumpkin is orange. The hourglass flag is purple. These are guaranteed. The banana is yellow. The broccoli is green. The grapes are purple. The chevron flag is orange. And then we've got the mountain flag blue, the lake blue, which I think is correct, the paper blue, and then you've got the hydrant red, the wagon red, and the lizard red. Now, if we go here, this is 9 out of 12. This is 10 out of 12. Now, we know that the chevron flag is orange. So the chevron flag here is wrong. And we know the hourglass flag here is wrong. So everything else has to be correct. So the lake is blue. That is absolutely correct. The mountain flag has to be yellow. The paper is blue. Something just went wrong with my... The paper is blue. The hydrant is red. The wagon is red. And the lizard is green. And that has to be the correct colors. And if we confirm that against this one, which is 9 out of 12, pumpkin orange, mountain flag yellow, lake blue, bananas yellow, hydrant red, chevron flag orange, broccoli yellow, the paper is wrong, the grapes are correct, the lizard is wrong, the hourglass flag is wrong, and yeah, so 3 of them are wrong. That's great. But I don't know how to actually fill out the correct colors. I've got the correct colors. Why is 8 an infinity symbol? I don't know what to do. That feels really annoying that there's one here to fill out and I know what the correct colors are. Oh well, we will see. Let's go to the observatory. Which is a white knight in 2/4. I assume Fell has done a lot better than I have. Haven't figured out what these pictures mean yet. So is that a king or a queen? That's a king. So I've got a what king in 3-5. Hey, Kana. I've nearly dead-ended. Wish I knew how to do this. I figured out the solution, but I don't know if it does anything. Do I want to buy a key? I think I do. It's a dead end. I don't want a dead end. So I'm going to parlor. The gems are in this box. The blue box is true. The gems are not in this box. So if they were in black, they would all be true. And that's a problem. So they're not in black. So black is lying. If white was lying... So black is lying and they're not in... Black is... Hang on. If black was true, both of those would be true. Black has to be lying. Hang on. If black was true, blue would be true and white would be true. So they're not in black. Okay. Black is lying. If blue was lying, white would be lying, and they're all lying. So blue has to be true, and they're in white. No! Now, apparently there's a way into the middle. But I don't know what it is. Like, apparently there's a way to just go into the middle and interact with the middle. But I'll be blast if I know what it is. I don't mind on that one, Keith, if you know the answer. Because if that's supposed to be a puzzle... Oh, Kevin, I don't mind the answer on that one. Sorry, Kevin. I don't want too many spoilers. I'm starting to worry less about spoilers. But I've been in the cloister like 7 times, and it doesn't make sense to me how I see some people have just walked into the cloister and they just walk straight into the middle. It's like, but they've got a different cloister to me? Why is their cloister different? Yeah? It doesn't make any difference. Hidden button in the pillars? There is no hidden button in the pillars. Oh, wow, that's just crap. So there's no interaction. Okay, yeah, I'll take that one, because there's no interaction. Thank you. I'll take that one. Mr. Nogula, if you're... Thank you. If you are reading this, it seems the day has finally come, and the cloister is long last getting so much overdue maintenance. I have left you a literal token of appreciation to serve as positive reinforcements, which should grant you a bit of extra spending money each day while working on the estate. We have learned from our dealings with your predecessor that it is much cheaper in the long run to be generous. Mrs. Babbage. Thank you. I don't know how... Considering it doesn't give you any interaction point, I have no idea how you're ever supposed to get that. And thank you for confirming whether I wanted spoilers or not. I'll do the aquarium, which I'll use to take a gem. Gets me another key. I am very much running out of places to go. I've kind of doomed myself here. I'll do the Great Hall. I really needed the hallway where everything was unlocked. Secret passage. And I think I'm going to try... Oh, I did that wrong. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm going to try green. I think I'm doing this badly, but I haven't played in a while. Another aquarium, possibly? Another cloister, possibly? Huh. I might try another cloister. Is this one openable? Apparently. Nothing of interest. Coin? Because that gives me directions to go. Yeah, that makes sense. Rotunda. I've not been into the Rotunda, and I've got a lot of gems. So does it have any effect other than it can rotate? I don't know. I'm trapped. Okay. Let's try the boiler room. Yeah, that would make sense, Kevin. And then let's see if I can get the boiler room connected to something good. No. Because I don't think the East Wing Hall has any pipes on it. What is that? Okay. I know one of the reasons I grew a little sour on this game is I was talking to one person who said that they had a boiler room puzzle they wanted to solve, and they had been trying to connect the boiler room up to the room that they wanted to connect it up to for something like 100 days. And they couldn't. And simply because it just wouldn't give them the rooms in the right order, even with playing with how common the rooms were and everything, it just wouldn't work. And they just went, they were just like, I don't know what to do. Like, if you can play 100 days and not be able to make a connection that you're aiming to make, trophy room. It requires 5 gems. I've only got 4. Good at game. Hi. Sledgehammer. Da, da, why don't you call my name? I found a rock. Good old rock. Nothing beats rock. Except an unlocked door. 4 items or 2 items? Let's take the 4 items. Which includes, well, there's a black pawn at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5. I haven't been paying enough attention to... Did I get a key? 2 gems and some reroll dice. Oh, hey, Vampy. I'm tempted to take the dining room, you know? Because dinner is served. Plus an additional 10 steps if I've got a boiler room. I have an boiler room. Yeah, I get that room 46 is basically the end of the sort of here's how the game works concept. But the concept of not enough direction is a thing. Now, white pawn in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4. I hope you're doing okay, Vampy. And yes, I'm aware of some context on saying it. Door is locked. Yeah, I will use a key. Laboratory. Now, I'd love to connect the laboratory up to a boiler room, so I'm going to save it. I'm going to take a closet. I'm going to take a closet room, which gets me another reroll dice and an gem. Going south is probably going to be bad. Yeah. So, courtyard, I can try from the secret garden, but it's probably not going to work. Oh, it is going to work. I do not want the weight room. Vault plus 40 coins. Plus 1 key for each bedroom in your house. I don't have any bedrooms. I've not been into the vault, so let's take the vault. Well, the heater I've got going is the graphics card on my computer. Yeah, good luck with everything, Vampy. So there's a white rook in the vault. So vote. So I have a white rook in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 4. And this is where I needed to have the keys, but I don't have any keys. But I've finally been into the vault. I have all of the coins in the world. Now, this was a locked door, wasn't it? Yeah. So, oh, crikey. I can go down to the rotunda and then back into the cloister. That's now... Oh, no, I can go this way. Maybe. Or this way. So back into the secret passage. Great Hall, I can't do anything with. I can't even get into the foundation from here. Even though there... I'm fully trapped. Because while I can get into the foundation, The door north from the foundation. Oh no, it's a normal door. Unexpected. No! I can get a lot of gems. Right. Ah. I'm tempted to take the classroom, even though it's going to dead end everything, to see what this does. I've seen a mathematics worksheet before, but there was no way to solve the puzzle, so what's the point? Like, what's the point? Because it's not as if you can actually fill out the answers. So why would I bother trying to solve the puzzle when there's no... Well, we know blue is addition, yellow is subtraction, pink is multiplication. So this would be 2, 5, 7, 4, 9, 13, 7, 3 would be 4, 9, 8 would be 1, 2, 2 would be 4, 3, 4 would be 12, 6, 1, 3 would be 10, 6, 1, 3 would be 4, 6, 1, 3 would be 2, 6, 1, 3 would be 7 times 3 would be 21, 613 would be 18, and 613 would be 15. Well, there's nothing to interact with. Attention, Mrs. Hannah Peterson. After a few false leads, I managed to track down one of the old textbooks from your list. The original compendium was an archive storage on a restricted floor in the campus library, to which I fortunately still have access. However, I'm devastated to report that pages 36 and 37 pertaining to your query have been removed. It is such a shame that the progress of higher academia is constantly thwarted by the political whims of CBE. If you wish, I can transcribe the surviving pages and send them to you, but I don't believe there is any mention of cause of any kind in their text. But I know how the math works. And I know the answers to these sums. Do I need to note the answers? So, classroom grade 1 was that. Grade 2. I could note that down, and I know how to do the sums. So if I open up my journal, I should be able to take a screenshot of this. Hopefully it's working again. So, yeah, that one's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, I had to take the classroom outside room in order for it to unlock, but there's nowhere to enter the answers, so it's what's the point of having the answers? And this has dead-ended me. But I can go back to the patio, to the gymnasium. Well, I'm not sure what the colour puzzle was telling me. Cloister Aquarium Entrance Hall. Yeah, well, I'd figured out the dartboard. The dartboard wasn't hard at all. The dartboard I figured out on day one. But I'll close up the classroom because I don't need it in my journal. Moment. The question is, can you die in this game? So, I never found a white queen to the best of my knowledge. So the rooms with white queens are her ladyship's chamber, the office has a king, and the study. I never found any of those. So white pawn was there. White knight was there. White king was there. The white rook was there. I never found a white bishop. Or maybe I did. I didn't do a chapel. I didn't do a rumpus room. I never found a bishop. So I can't place these pieces because I didn't find the rooms. These are correct, but I didn't find rooms with a queen or a bishop. Poop. And unfortunately, all of those coins are going to get lost. No. Potentially, no, they're not. Wow. Hang on, what's just happened? How have I got 100 people watching? Hello, everyone. Hi? Hi. Welcome to the biggest stream I've ever done. I'm heading for the commissary. And I bought all of the keys I could. I'll buy... I don't remember what a salt shaker does, but I'm going to buy one to find out. Okay, yep. And I'm going to buy another gem as well. Now, where do I want to go? I probably want to head up to the boiler room, which is up to the secret passage. So back through and up through the aquarium. Oh, good at games. Right. Sorry, good at games. I didn't realize that's what you were doing. I'm really sorry, everyone. I had my Blueprints journal open and didn't see what was going on. I'm really sorry. It would be wonderful to get a few subscribers on this channel. I've been stuck at 350 for a year. I'm going to try the boiler room. Ooh. Fruit, gem. I mean, people should do what they feel they want to do. Like, absolutely they should. But it would be nice. So, library ballroom. Oh, I've never been to the ballroom. I don't want to go to the ballroom. I want to redraw. I'm going to redraw. Okay, the archives allows me... The archives, I'm pretty certain, has pipes. See? So if I come to the archives, I have a chance of... I've done all of that. This has not changed. Furnace. Because I believe connecting the boiler room up to the furnace is important. So if I now go back and power up the boiler room, which I've done once before, but I don't remember how. Wait, this seems to be powered. Oh no, I need to power up the boiler. But is that powering in that direction? Do I need to rotate the boiler somehow? That's messy. Safe deposit box key. So I could potentially go back to the vault as well. So how do I change? Okay, I am very confused. That. Okay. Now, vault. I'm only a couple of steps from the vault. So let's go do that. So the safe deposit box key I got is 304. Passport for Fen Aries. An international passport, diplomatic pass for Jean Rabin. She's Arisian. So I want to put a note into the timestamp, which is for 1 hour and 10 minutes of open deposit box 304. Okay, so this is powered up. Which gives me a key. So powering it up gives me a key. Really? That's it? Fine. I hope everyone is enjoying this. Welcome. Sorry, this has blown my mind. I'm a little distracted. I'm curious what people... I'm really curious what people think. But let's go. I got a couple of keys, which is good. Laundry room, which would allow me to launder currency. The maid's chamber would allow me to get another room. I think this is a random room. I don't know what it would be. Let's try that. Ooh, the garage. Which gets me a bunch of keys. This has gone better than I expected. I don't need to leave the garage. And I don't have the car keys to open anything, but I've got a bunch more keys. So what I'm going to be running low on now is steps. But I can go back to the passageway and hopefully... Laboratory! Laboratory, laboratory, laboratory! First thing I can do is I can do an upgrade. I can upgrade the storeroom to have 2 keys, 2 gems, or 10 money. Ooh! You know, I think I want keys. Now, laboratory. The translated message in the laboratory was push 3 up after 9. Black Beach Grotto has been powered and permanently unlocked. Each day you may access 1 offline terminal from the network. Well, that went well. So hang on, I've done the laboratory. I wonder what... This has gone ridiculously well. What are the other rooms to connect to the boiler room? I think I'm going to take security. Oh my lord, look how much stuff. There's still 2 keys I haven't found. I'm going to go for it. Well, there's the bishop. So the bishop is in 8-1. And I'll absolutely take the conservatory. Garage, west wing, and the ladyship's chamber can only be done in the west wing, and her ladyship's chamber can only be done from south-facing doors. So that's a problem. "23 steps. I never found a queen. There's a black rook in the conservatory. Did I have that noted already? No, I didn't. Yeah, the pump room is the only other one I could think of. So if I go back to the archives, I might be lucky, but you need to do the pool room before you can get the pump room. So I'd need to get pool and then pump room, and I'm not sure that the pool has pipes in it. But I can't say that this has been a bad day. I'm going to go for it. Well, that was terrible. I'm going to go for it. Is this the maid's quarters? The servants' quarters. Hartley, I know we spoke often of this day, and I don't think there's anything I can say of the past 40 years that I haven't already attempted to tell you in numerous times in the past. Half-stated gratitude always interrupted with tactful and polite repudiations from you. I had always known this vital letter could give me the perfect opportunity to finally express myself uninterrupted by you and unfettered by social graces. But I don't feel the inclination to say aloud what has always been unsaid between us. With my passing, I release you from your post and service to the Sinclair family, and implore you to live the remainder of your years on your own terms, as scary and unfamiliar of a concept as that may be to you. Besides, I think a more junior valet would be better situated to meet the needs of young Master Simon. To that end, if you wish, you may stay on long enough to oversee the training and establishment of your successor in their post. But as soon as he or she has the lay of the land, my instructions for you to quit must be satisfied. Ignoring what I imagine your objections might be after reading this, I have decided to leave the lake house in Trinsdale to you and your family. My lawyers have all the details of the gift and will be contacting you shortly about the particulars. For the past 4 decades, you have served willingly as the subject and victim to as many whims, games and riddles, and so rest assured, unlike my nephew, you will not be put to yet another challenge to prove yourself worthy in this matter. The house is yours without strings or stipulation. I had for a time gleefully entertained the notion of employing Anne as the house manager of your new residence, but I knew the humour of such a prank would be entirely lost on you, to say nothing of her. Until we meet again, my friend. Herbert. Nice. What a terrible room he lived in. There are 12 major keys. Master bedroom, her ladyship chamber, guest bedroom, nursery, bunk room, and boudoir. I haven't been noting the major keys. That's a good point. So, major keys. So let's make a note of that. So there's... no, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to note it there, and this should be normal text. Normal text. So there's the secret garden key. There's the silver key, and I don't remember any of the others yet. Yeah, the chess pieces I've got noted for a queen are the study and her ladyship's chamber. But this, I think, ends my day. I opened one of the safety deposit boxes. Look how full this house is. And a lot of the people who got raided in have been leaving, and that's fine. Thank you for joining me. I hope you found it entertaining. I'm about to do another day. I'm glad before I ended, I remembered, hang on, I've got a commissary and a lot of gold. I can go buy keys. Because I got a boiler room and was able to connect it to both a furnace and the laboratory. And connecting it to the laboratory was huge. Okay, I think I'm going to call it a day. Which means moving my camera. So this was the layout of my house. 42 rooms. I reached rank 9. I took 113 steps and found 7 items. and found 5 new rooms, which is insane. It was a garden shopping centre. There was no bedroom, well, 1 bedroom. Four shop rooms. There was the commissary, the kitchen, the locksmith. What's the other shop room? Oh, and the aquarium. That was really cool. I'm going to put my camera back. Lives about there, a bit lower. There. Bingo. Save and continue. That was a really good day. Did I learn anything? I don't know, because this is Bremster. Start of day 24 is about 1 hour 28. Because I will end up bookmarking all of these so that people who are watching my streams can jump to important events. Need to go into game. Need to pick up my allowance, which is now 4 coins. Well, I'm in the money. Okay, so let's go do the outside room. I hope people who have come here from the other stream I mean, I play all sorts of different games, of finding my style interesting, because I'm a casual gamer. You don't come to me for, like, here is the best way of playing a game. That's not what I do. How have I still got a reroll? I don't know. A shrine, a trading post, or a shelter. Next 3 red rooms. I've not looked at a shelter. Let's do a shelter. I've not seen a shelter. At least I don't think I've seen it. Where do these stairs go? They didn't go up. Ooh. Time lock safe. What is a time lock safe? I don't know what date it is. I don't know what time and date it is. So it's day 24. I don't even... So, if I check the electronic mail, I can't do it from here. Now, did I note... I possibly took a note of this. The date on the staff notice was November the 6th. This isn't helping. So if you didn't notice, if you didn't note, the start date at the beginning of the game, does that mean you can never do this? Maybe. November 7th was a date listed in the laboratory. So the first day is the 7th of November. So let's make a note of this. First day is 7th of November. So if the first day is the 7th of November, that would mean day 24. Oh, I missed my birthday. Day 24. Oh, crap. I'm just going to bring up a calendar. I think I'm just going to have to, aren't I? So day 24 is the 30th of November. No, I didn't miss my birthday. It's my anniversary. So if the first day was the 7th of November, was it the 7th of November? Or was it the 9th of November? Because there was messages dated... Yeah, 7th of November. Right. So that would make day 24, the 30th of November. Belene's birthday and our anniversary. Tomorrow would be my birthday. So if it starts at 8 a.m., do I want to set the time lock safe? Oh, I thought I set it to PM. Well, I'm doomed. I should have checked what else is in the room. Remain where you are for now. Given that the Red Guard is due tomorrow, we've agreed with your plan and disabled remote access to other terminals and have sealed the network mainframe. Regardless of the danger, I'm still not willing to risk removing shelter from the draft pool until the three of you are down there. So it's currently 9:15. Now what I want to find is where was that door that got opened? Hang on, I've lost... I'm no longer getting the steps I got, because I used to get... From the apple orchard, I used to start with an extra 20 steps. I didn't start with an extra 20 steps. So I no longer start with the extra 20 steps that I used to from the apple orchard. So something I've done has cancelled out the apple orchard. I mean, it's saying right here that you start the day with an extra 20 steps. So I'm supposed to start with 70, and somehow having gone nowhere, I've used 34 of them. And where was this place I opened? What was the point of unlocking... Okay, I'm really grumpy right now. Because what was the point of unlocking the place with the boiler room? Oh, it's here. Admin key. That can't be it. Each day you may access one offline terminal from the network. Ah. Is it the same thing? Ah. Hang on, I'm in the grotto. Grotto's been mentioned before. Grotto was mentioned in the locker room. Grotto was mentioned in the locker room. And I'm in the grotto now. And next to the grotto, there was a picture of a red herring. No, I don't get it. Yeah. And I'm assuming I need to find other ship types that will fit into there. Have you ever noticed that cracking the cryptic never came back to this? I'm going to take the storeroom. Grab that extra key. So I have a white pawn. I can do this reset now. I have a white pawn at 1-4. Commissary, I don't think is great with my current level. The dining room, it has the potential to help. I'm going to take the dining room because of the multiple exits at the beginning stage of the game. Because moving into the corner didn't help. I'm going to take the 10 extra steps, actually. Security access card. Need that more often. I was wondering if it was the code on the card. I mentioned when I heard they were doing it that I did not think it would suit their style. Which is fine. I mean, not every game... Oh, Lord. This is going to come close to dead-ending me. Not everything goes well. Apples are extra delicious. I could do with the steps. This is going to take me north. I have the gems to do this. I'm going to take the passageway, which is not a great choice. It's expensive. Oh, Lord! Okay. This box and the blue box are both false. Well, if that was true, the gems are in the black box. If that is true, this statement is of no help at all. Okay, this is getting tricky. If the gems are in the black box, then would that be true? Because, okay, if the gems are not in the black box, that would be true, that would be false, and that would be of no help, which would make it true. So that would pass. If the gems are in the black box, that would be false, but that would be true, and that would be no help, and that works. Hang on, this has no logical true-false solution. But if this is false and that is false, then that is true. Hang on, that... I hate this one. If this is false, oh Lord, if this one is false, then the blue box is true. If this is true, then if this is false, then the blue box is... If this is false, then it means nothing. No, if this is false, the blue box must be true. No, that's not true. No, it must be. Yeah, if this is false, the blue box is true. If it's true... It can't be true. If it's true, it's not true. So this must be false and the blue box must be true. And the gems are in the black box. This is nightmarish. Didn't like that one. Not a fan. Haven't done the billiard room in ages, but I want the drawing room while I've got some gems. And I still haven't figured out what the gate pictures mean. There's another white pawn in 4-4. They're all going the wrong way. There's another white pawn in 5-3. I don't think I'm going to get this without specifically drafting for it. I don't think this is a day where I'm going to do well. The pool. And the pump room, which will dead end everything. Yeah, I'd need to connect the pump room. Courtyard is not terrible. Hallway might be better. The courtyard means... I don't try the courtyard, because I might find something in the courtyard. The metal detector. Why did that just take my chat away? Oh. Okay. I will go back and check that. Thank you. I'm not seeing a hint. I don't see anything in here. On a game when I'm short on steps. But I'm not seeing anything here that seems to give a hint. I'm not angry, just disappointed. There may be other letters that I've read that have had a hint. I can't redraft. I'm gonna... Damn it! And that's dead-ended me. I can't get in here now. Blast. I'm just going to take the sauna. Start tomorrow with more steps, and I get the running shoes. Who would leave their running shoes in a sauna? Ugh. Ew. So I could go back to the gymnasium or the drawing room. So it's a long way round. Oh, it's not too bad to the gymnasium. So today is not as good as yesterday. Lose 2 steps. Didn't lose 2 steps. Don't know why I didn't lose 2 steps. Don't have the gems to go into the trophy room. Don't have the money to buy a book. I will corridor because it'll give me an extra chance at finding something with the metal detector. I didn't. I will boudoir because I will get a couple of dices and a gem. I could buy a key for 10, possibly. But I'm going to redraw. Well, there's the pump room, but I don't think it's going to help me because off the pump room, I would need to draw without a locked door exactly. Yeah, there's nothing I can pump just yet. Because and it's a security door anyway. I shouldn't have even come in here. Well, that was bad. So back to the drawing room. Trash can in the servants' room. Well, I'll go back. Where was the servants' room? I thought I'd tried to click on the trash can in the servants' room and it hadn't done anything. Ah. Mr. Rota, Ms. Babbage has told me that you will be overseeing network maintenance over the next few weeks while I will be gone. I apologise in advance for the extra workload. I believe I will be back in Reddington by the middle of February, but even that is not a certainty. Either way, I do not anticipate there will be any major issues while I am gone, and the difficulties we were having last month with the terminal connection seem to be resolved. If there is an emergency and you find yourself having to enter central server site, I have set you up with a temporary admin key to allow access to the network administrator controls. So in the servants' quarters, servants' quarters gives me the admin key. Thank you for that. I missed it, so I'll take it. First 4 letters of your last name followed by first initial. So it would be R-O-U-T-R. Okay. The first and fifth character, so R-O-U-T-R. Right, okay. Should be capitalized. Oh, hang on, no. What's his first name? First and fifth character. First 4 letters of your last name followed by first initial. But what's his first initial? Hartley. R-O-U-T-H. Well, what's the point of that then? Oh, okay. Okay, right. So how many steps do I have? 13. I don't think I can get out in 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I can't get back there in 13 steps. So let's just try and draw from the drawing room and see what we get. I don't have the steps to get back there, even though I've got a lot of the chess pieces now. Because there was a chance I might find an upgrade disc, maybe. Currently not. Still don't know what spinning that's for. And I didn't go back for the time lock safe, and I don't have enough steps to get out. So I've completely ruined that. Ah, I am so bad at this. Thank you for commenting, by the way, Kevin. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I think I'm done. I think I'm just going to run myself out of steps. It was this way, wasn't it? Okay. So that was one possibility. The other possibility is it that? No. Oh, what was her name? Now I've got to try and remember all the names. Surprised it's not the Baron's name doesn't work. My name doesn't work. Of course, I've never noted the name of her ladyship, even though I've heard it dozens and dozens of times. And I'm not after being told. No, it's not that either. Although that was her pen name, not her real name. So it's not my name. It's not Sinclair's name. It's not any of the Baron's names. It's not... Not Marion. Message on the photo in the dark room. Green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. So there might be more than 8 keys, special keys. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have enough notes to have names. I don't have screenshots of all of them because there's just too many. Like, this is the problem with a game like this that gives you no direction of what's important. You could take 50,000 screenshots and then it's a case of, well, I need to go back and find the screenshot from this one from the 50,000. I may as well just rewatch all my streams again because it's a game that tells you, please don't play the game. Playing the game is the least efficient way to play this game. Which is not good. It's actually terrible design. Actually playing the game is the least efficient way to play this game. The best way to play this game is to like record it and then watch your recordings. So get to the point where you've got questions and then watch your recordings and try and get your answers from your recordings. The less you engage with this game, the better off you are. There are notes, But when you encountered the notes, you didn't know that you were looking for a name. And you could play the game for another 10 hours and not see those notes again based on random stuff. So the least efficient way to play this game is actually playing the game. So for the Blackbridge Grotto, I need a name that will work for the admin key. Format is first 4 letters of surname. First in cap, then first letter of first name in cap. So I've got no way of knowing what name to use. Yeah, you spend more time taking notes and screenshots and everything like that than you do actually interacting with the game. Interacting with the game is the least efficient way to play this game, which is actually bad design. Don't know what this means. Note on wall. I'm actually going to screenshot it. Doesn't matter. I've got no way of knowing what the correct name is, and it's just note every name that you come across and come and try them. There's no... It's okay, Vamp. You go rest, and good luck with the family, and we'll see you in a couple of days. I think I'm done with this day, and it's getting late and I need to get up and go to work tomorrow. Do I want to do one more day? 2.5 hours is not bad for a stream where I have to think for me. For a thinky stream, 2.5 hours is about right for me, I think. I mean, it's been really wonderful having so many people jump in. So very much thank you to... who was it? It was Good at Game for jumping in. Really appreciate it. Wasn't expecting it, and real big surprise. This has definitely been the biggest stream I've ever done. Thank you, Kevin, for all of the advice. Don't mind spoilers, but like the hint about the waste paper basket and everything, all good. Some of it, maybe. I'm going to ignore the name hint and everything and try and figure it out. I don't know. I'll just note names and come back. That first day went really well. I'm really happy I thought to go to the commissary and buy some keys, because that unlocked some really good stuff. Because that's how I found the Blackbridge Grotto and was able to do get the boiler room and connect it up to a whole bunch of stuff. So that was really good. That was a really good draft. But I think I'm going to call it a day here. I do need to get more allowance. I need to figure that one out somehow. but it seems to, again, just be random. Do you find allowance? And I really do appreciate the hidden buttons thing, because not only having hidden buttons there, which are like, there's no interact icon even, so there's nothing to tell you that they're there to push. That just feels, that's just a gotcha to the players. And that, again, teaches the players to, in a room like this, it's like, okay, is there something if I click on this? 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 Is there something if... Because all of a sudden, the interact icon is a lie. So the game has now taught me that the interact icon in the game is also a lie. So everything that the game has taught me as the user interface for the game is now not trustworthy. So I'm 15 hours in, and the game has told me that with what room was it? The cloister trick to get into the center has taught me that the user interface is actually lying to you, and you need to ignore it. At which point, what else is lying to me? And particularly considering the next day I didn't get my bonus steps and I seem to start with less as well. So I just don't know. I just don't know. The trophy on the entrance you can pick up. Okay. Cool. Okay, I'll take that one. Okay, I'll take that one. That's a fair one. That's not a spoiler. That's just something I hadn't noticed. Cool. With that, I am going to absolutely call it a day. Call it. I'm going to move my camera out of the way so people who are watching the stream can see the record of what I did on my house today. Because I think it's nicer if people can see at the end of the day uninterrupted what my room was. So 24 rooms, reach rank 7, 65 steps, nowhere near as good as yesterday. But yeah, one new room, which I think was the... no, it wasn't the servants' quarters. It was the shelter. And I completely missed the time locked safe and thing. I just don't care. Don't like that mechanic. Really don't like that mechanic. I think, again, that is a terrible mechanic because it's, did you note the time at the start of the game before the game told you to take notes? If you didn't, kinda screw you. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff in this, which is if you didn't know what you were doing before you started, screw you. And even then, I think the mechanics are really badly implemented. Don't like it. I do not like that time lock mechanic. I do not like the admin key mechanic where, yeah, some of these, they're not puzzles because there's no logical way of being able to figure out what is intended. It is either trial and error or just keep trying stuff until the game tells you what it means. So some of the stuff is definitely, oh, I could deduce what is meant by this. The musical stuff, I didn't need to find all of it. I could figure out what was intended by context. Some of the art stuff I was able to figure out and all of that sort of stuff. Some of that stuff is really good, but a lot of the people who are solving this and considering a lot of this stuff as puzzles are like they're word search level puzzles. They're like, you are looking for information that is already there, and when you find it, it's like, hooray. There's nothing to deduce, there is stuff to find. So there's not a lot of deduction in this. There's not a lot of contextual deduction that I've found so far. Most of it is just iterate until it beats you over the head, which is a dumb form of puzzle. Yeah, not as much of a fan of it. The game is really well put together, and I like a lot of it. I think this is getting a lot of credit for people who I don't think encounter good puzzles very often. And as someone who has a puzzle channel, this is not great puzzling at all. Mediocre at best. Game, pretty good. I'm enjoying it. Puzzles, mediocre. Yeah. Thanks. Don't breathe and swallow at the same time. That is not a puzzle. That is a good lesson in life. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for jumping in. And I hope to see you again some point in future. If you're interested in other sorts of gameplay, I have played a lot of different games on this channel. I think my favorite playthrough I've done on this channel at all is Cyberpunk 2077. My second playthrough of that was really, really fun. I think I've done a lot of action role-playing game playthroughs on this channel. And I do a lot of story-based games on this channel as well. If you're interested in seeing me play through a lot of puzzles, then you can check out my Portal 2 playthroughs, or you can check out the channel where I do a lot of variant Sudoku, like multiple a day, which is my channel Bremster Puzzles. That's where I do all of my logic stuff. Thanks everyone for watching, and as always, good luck finding the mansion of your dreams. Bye everyone.